Attention Mormons, somebody is lying, and we are trying to find out who. So if you have watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and a lot of people are, or if you're about to watch The Bachelorette, we have some news. The Bachelorette is Taylor from the show Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And this is what's going on. We can tell you that Taylor has been ordered by the Department of Children and Family Services to undergo a psych evaluation because of allegations of abuse. And this is something we know, but who caused the abuse is the big issue. So let me explain. Taylor has a 2-year-old child with Dakota. And this is Taylor's version. Taylor says that Dakota has been abusive to her, and 3 weeks ago it came to a head in Dakota's car when they got into a fight and a drink spilled on the car seat and on Dakota. Taylor's people say Dakota then got physically violent with Taylor, but Dakota is the one who called the police. Taylor's people say he did it to cover himself. It was a lie, and he claimed, which we know he did, that Taylor is the one who attacked him. And so Dakota, meanwhile, had been calling the Department of Children's Services many times, according to Taylor, alleging she was abusing their 2-year-old son. And eventually they had an open investigation, and the Department of Children and Family Services then ordered both Dakota and Taylor to take a psychological evaluation, to undergo an evaluation to see if they were fit parents. So that is Taylor's story. And the reason it's important is because we found out that the show, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, has been put on hold. The question, why? So according to Taylor's people, the reason is after this fight in the car, Dakota went MIA for 3 weeks. He was an important part of the show, so producers decided to put the show on ice until Dakota resurfaced, which apparently he has, and they're saying everything's kumbaya and that they will be shooting soon again. Okay, that is Taylor's version. Dakota has a radically different version of this story. Number one, we are told from Dakota's people that this car incident happened more than a year ago. It had nothing to do with anything. The reason that everything kind of just dissolved into chaos is because about 3 weeks ago, they got into a fight. And according to Dakota's people, Taylor choked him and then took his necklace off and then grabbed his phone and threw the phone against the wall and then began choking him. The next day, they were together again for some reason, and she got violent again with him, grabbed his neck, and the following day, one of Dakota's friends saw his neck had injuries, and that friend called police, and then they called, and then Taylor was basically put in the hot seat because of this. But it was all because, allegedly, of violence at the hands of Taylor. And so now the question, why was this show put on ice, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Well, what we are told from cast members is they were concerned about Taylor's role in this and the abuse that had been alleged. And there was also abuse that Dakota is alleging that Taylor did something to their kid. And so the wives, we're told, refused to keep filming, while this was kind of a hot issue and the police were investigating. So radically different stories. And what is really interesting is ABC, which carries both Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu and The Bachelorette, ABC hired a crisis PR manager who is, saying, yeah, everything is going to come back and The Bachelorette is basically on schedule to premiere. It's already in the can. Taylor was on the pre-show on ABC with Jesse Palmer saying, oh, the show's going to be on the air, and no mention of any of this stuff. But it seems like ABC is really nervous. But one of these people is lying. You decide who.